something different.
I'm gonna throw up real quick.
Ew, what's wrong?
I don't run.
Tell me who you are.
Ada Thompson.
You're Ada Thompson?
Yeah.
Ada, how long have you been coming to the ranch?
Like 10 years.
Like 10 years. So,
Yeah.
so Ada, you guys, if you've tuned in to Raining Grace Ranch on any of our videos or any photo collages, you're going to see a lot of Ada riding Romeo and some various different horses out at the ranch. Ada actually was some of the first kiddos that started coming to the ranch. Gosh, have you only been coming in 10 years or 11?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe 11 years. Ada was here when how old were you?
Like 3.
3 years old when Ada started coming out to the ranch. Her family had some opportunities to excel. And so Ada's mom wanted to plug her into a place where she felt like it was her home and her family. And she'd known about equine therapy and just kind of fell in love with the concept of it and wanted to try it for her daughter. Both of her daughters are actually here. Your sister's here too somewhere, driving around in the Toro. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about why horses. People ask me that all the time. And Ada, do you want to talk to me a little bit about why horses for you? What is it about the horses that you love?
They can really read your emotions, so if you don't really know how you're feeling, the horses do. And they don't judge you.
They don't judge you. Do you feel like you're judged a lot?
Yeah, because when I was in elementary, I was bullied a lot, so it just kind of sticks with me that I just feel like everyone's judging me.
Okay. And so you love that you can just show up as you are and know that Romeo or Scarlet or whatever horse Ada's riding the day, Hugo, you know, it's always a surprise to see which horse Ada is an adrenaline junkie. I've come to learn, and she has no fear. And what's been really cool about watching Ada is from the time she was 3 or 4 years old, we were, you know, lining her on a horse. So I had pictures of her on Lady Grey and Patience and gosh, all bunch of different horses, Summer and Faith and Sunshine, and we just started her out with just lead lining, and I would get so frustrated because I'd be like, we're never going to get anywhere, but Ada was coming every week, and Ada went through a tough spell there a little bit, but what was cool was last year, I felt like last year all of a sudden it clicked. And I remember we were out in that 90 by 90 arena, and you were riding Shiloh. And I said, oh my gosh, all of a sudden Ada instantly became a better rider than me. It just happened. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was actually, I would tell you, that was such a cool moment for me to watch you like just take control and like be in command and exude such confidence on the horses. The first time I saw you, like, not to say that I hadn't watched you blossom, but it was the first time that you actually were not in a victim mode, if that makes sense. You automatically said, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna make excuses. And it was awesome, you guys. It was awesome. So Ada, you feel like when you come to the ranch, the horses don't judge you and they don't bully you. There's none of that. When your mom says you're going to the ranch, how does that make you feel in your soul?
Like excited and happy, because I always, like, when I'm at home, I always wish I was like working with horses, but even though it's like hard on my body sometimes in the heat, I do it anyway.
And you're young and spry, girlfriend.
I know.
I'm an old lady out here in this heat. So Ada has aspirations. There was one day I was gone, and I got a picture, and I don't know if Sage has it somewhere. Ada was sitting behind my desk in my office, and what did you say?
I'm the boss now.
She's the boss now. Ada said, I think there was one day you would ask me, oh, Ada said, I've decided that when you die, I'm going to take over. Which hopefully is later than sooner, but you never know. You never know, God willing, whatever might happen. I have no idea. So, Ada, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm a psychiatrist.
You want to be a psychiatrist? Why do you want to be a psychiatrist?
I just know what it's like to go through a hard time mentally, and I'd like to help kids.
You like to help kids go through, kind of walk where you've been?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you're going to use horses in any of that kind of work?
I'd like to.
Yeah. You did experience both in therapy and ranch therapy. What do you think the biggest difference was of the two? That's a hard question.
Yeah. They're really similar, but I feel like when you're with the horses, you can like explore your inner feelings more.
Okay.
Than in regular therapy, because you have someone to like reflect.
Okay. Yeah, it's that instant feedback. So that's a really good segue into what I want to chat with a little bit about. So people ask me again all the time, why horses? And so Ada just said, you know, I would say the biggest difference between equine therapy and I would say talk therapy is that she felt like she had a better opportunity to explore inner emotions because the horses gave instant feedback. And so how on earth do horses know to do that? So first of all, we need to understand that horses are prey animals. And so they've survived thousands of years by being able to smell pheromones, hear heartbeats, tell whether palms are sweating, to understand the intention of the predator around them. So horses are prey animals. We are predators, right? If horses have survived thousands of years by mastering nonverbal body communication and language, what they found is that as a predator, as a human that comes into their space, they're reading everything about us. And they are deciding whether or not we are safe or not. Because the whole idea with the horses, they want to be kept safe, right? Their number one thing is survival, right? So they want to be kept safe. If a human, a predator, gets into their space, and a lot of times, I know, Ada, you probably have this, I have it, my head is swirling with a lot of different things. I'm worried about a fight that I just got into earlier, or a hard decision I need to make later today. And I'm just checking off the horse as a checklist, and I go out into the paddock and spend time with them. The horse is already going, okay, you're not present. And if you're not present with me, that means you're someplace else mentally. And if you're someplace else mentally, you're not going to protect me. Because let's face it, gang, we spend most of our life not connected. We're worried about what happened yesterday, what's going to happen an hour from now, racing the clock to meet, different commitments that we've had. And we're just going down the checklist. And horses don't accept that. So when we come into their space, they recognize that if our minds are someplace else, then we are not present, and we won't keep them safe. And so they instantly feedback. They give biofeedback on that. They're like, whoa, listen here, lady. If you're not present with me in this moment, I am not going to put all four hooves in your hands so that you can take care of me, because you ain't going to take care of me because you're having a hard time taking care of yourself, right? And so that's that instant feedback. And so what we learn, the ball just bounced down there. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That just randomly bounced. So what we've learned to do is when we go out to be in the horse's space, we have to learn to disconnect from the world and what's going on, disconnect from agenda, go out there and be completely present with them. Because if we're completely present with them, then they will trust us to keep them safe. And so then the relationship is stronger that way. That's kind of it in a nutshell, gang. But I would say a lot of our kids, Ada being one of them, and maybe Ada, the reason why horsemanship has clicked with you is because something internally clicked for you. I would say that a lot of times with our kids, they're with trauma, right? Kiddos or adults that have trauma, they tend to live in the past or live in the future, but they don't live in the present. They tend to be worried about what's going on in those two places, but not here and now. And if you want a relationship with a horse, you have to be here and now. And when you're here and now, it's like a beautiful dance. But if you are not, the horse is going to give you constant feedback with that. So I hope that explains a little bit why horse. I just touched on that. There's a whole lot more to where that comes from, but that's the first part. Just always remembering we're prey predator and being present and not worried about what else is going on, because they're looking for us to keep them safe. And if we can't keep them safe, they will take over. So, Ada, moving out of this video, if you had to leave a lasting thought for our viewers today who've never experienced horses before, if your mom said to you, Ada, we're never going to see the horses again, what would you say about that?
I would be really disappointed because the horses give me like a purpose and something to care about, which is really helpful in just life in general.
Life in general. The other thing I want to tell you guys, as you said that too, Ada's full of all of this infinite wisdom today. She said the horses have given her purpose. I watched Ada go from wearing pajamas to the ranch, always, to caring about how she looks and wearing cowgirl jeans and you know, and just completely, I've seen a shift in her esteem and how she views herself and how she treats people and how she treats herself. And that's the horses. That is the magic of the horses, giving you purpose and giving you identity. And for those of you that are viewing this today, that are donors to the ranch or volunteers, I want you guys to know that you are very much a part of this young lady's life and shaping her to become a psychiatrist in her future so that she can help other kids that are struggling. You guys are the ones that did that. And so I think I want to give you guys kudos, because it's so incredibly important, and you guys are doing such an amazing job. And if you're viewing and you haven't become a part of the ranch, whether it's volunteering or giving, you might consider it. The ranch is life-changing, and I can't explain it. I'd love to invite you guys out for a tour so that you can experience it yourself. But thanks for watching, you guys. We will talk to you soon. Go. Thanks for watching and staying kept in the loop with Reigning Grace Ranch. If you would love to see more, click on that subscribe button and share with all your friends.